We're not here to explain the world, but to make it more inexplicable. And so thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for finding time in the evening to join us. As I mentioned on Facebook, I'm honored to be performing with Jerry Bobbe. He is a musician with a resume that's about 3,000 times more impressive than mine, so I'm very honored to have him perform with me. He's also a numismatist. Does anybody know what that means?
Stamps?
Yeah,
Coins.
he's an expert in coins as well as an expert in music. And his list of credentials is very long, but I posted it on my Facebook announcement. Jerry asked me not to read it again today. Thank you for joining me, Jerry. So we will start with a couple of pieces that Jerry will play solo, then we'll do a piece together. And I'll read for you some, and then we'll conclude with a piece that we'll do together again. And so thank you very much again for being here. Welcome, Jerry. Yesterday, blue rain fell on me. I found my hair on the pillow, lovely beige clumps, dry, like distance. I remember your hands running through it. I'm on read-only access. There is nothing unique about being archived. Next upgrade may be my last. I recall your final breath, drawn through the tube. The DNA collector's smile as I waited. You are pure data now, immune to time as my memory fades. They say the outer planets are more hospitable to my kind, but I'm loath to leave this place we shared. Maybe I should sing again, but who would listen? My survival stock drops daily. Tomorrow, an afterthought. Your DNA reveals compassion skills, something I have always valued. I noticed you first in the maintenance line, handing out plugins. Your smile, patient and kind, the way you paid attention to everyone, even lower grade aliens. You reminded me there are still songs to sing. Without you, I don't know how to be me. I lack self-confidence. I doubt my uniqueness index, the very thing you used to like about me. Is a song too small? Cowardly? Can music matter to those in pain and beyond pain? Your DNA descends from Homo sapiens. How old-fashioned. To me, you were breathtakingly beautiful, no matter your origins. You wanted me to sing, not for you, but for myself and those who can hear. You made my future possible. You helped me, even as your own future was coming to an end. You mentioned a pending upgrade, but I ignored you. My blindness bites, chews at me. I'm me, deep in song. I wish we could replay with full audio-visual feedback. Rewind. You work with all of all. And even this doesn't say enough. You were the only path, and you ended. I opened myself to what you lacked in me, to the way you wanted me to be. One of the outer planets will be named after you, preserved in thought and harmony so others can fondly say you, not knowing it's you. I love you more since you were shut down. You tick in me without winding. I know you bit by bit. I learn from is dry, my vocal cords atrophied. Yet I sing. Thank you, Jerry. This was a piece entitled "The Persistence of Music." So thank you, Jerry, for helping us persist in music. I will read a couple of sections on my own, and then Jerry will come back and finish the evening with me. So the book has 5 longer poems. I will have time to present 4. This one is called Survivor's Guilt. And first of all, thanks to everyone here. Thanks for being here. Thanks to Broadway Books for having me. Thanks for folks who helped me with revisions on the poems, which is a long list that's in the book. Now there's a natural progression to this. We're going to talk about dark and depressing things, and then move on to more dark and depressing things. That's how it's going to go. Survivor's Guilt. You raise your hand, and the moon is back. In the forest, a tree falls. Its roots, centuries old. My mouth, its own witness. My silence lies black upon the land. But if I say the wrong words, darkness will have its way too soon. You are not in this scene. Imagining is my way of touch. You are the tree. The river and the sky speak the same language. Years don't change, but we shrink. I remember your glazed eyes, bony hands, smiles addressed not to me, but to something bigger. Darkness is warm in my mouth. The tree listens to my breath. The moon drops its anchor in the river. You raise your hand, and the river stands still. In the mirror, everything is like yesterday. Your wrinkles smooth. If I said the right words, I would know a way out. My mouth is its own weapon. If I scream, the emptiness is more true. You drop anchors in my eyes to pull on me forever. Serpentine thoughts climb the sky, blinks. I remember your thin arms, bony shoulders. A universe dries in me, and dead oases of stars. The mirror sings, its shards fall back into place in my cheeks. You and I share the same body. Trees linger in growth as in fall. Years shed like fluff. And the mirror, its weight upon me. Faces waiting to become true. Faces of the future dead. My own. Time is soft in my mouth. If I stop speaking to you, darkness will swallow you faster. Thank you. The next piece is called Time and Absence. I selected several pages from it, not the whole thing. So this is one of the more abstract poems, so I thought it didn't suffer too much from cuts. It's your call whether it's true or not. Time and Absence. Let's count silences. Let's share absence. On the vast snow field of life's empty page, our words on grains of sand. How much sand does it take to defeat entropy? And yet, we are a story that took 14 billion years to write itself. And I wonder about all that sand, all that snow. Have a chance to rust. Have a nice go with it. Let your molecules oxidize. Release control. There will be more of you, more of everyone. Let time envelop you, swallow you, release your atoms, exchange thoughts with lapping water drops as you acquire color. Celebrate silence, remain cheerful as you disappear. A melody doesn't exist all at once. We hear a memory in joy and absence. We pretend that the past is a living reference, that the moments comprising our lives make sense as a whole. That a note ago we were the same, that a song feels our presence, that a chord struck at birth still rings true when we die. We believe that a melody remembers us. Escape slowly, like wind from a bottle. The word is not afraid, and neither is the light. If distances are longer than we thought, you should not collapse. Get your folded life in line for your birthday. You must match expectations you don't understand. Listen and speak when you hear silence. Spark if you can spark. Let me hear you. When I step outside, let me be alone. Let me be with you. In my worst case scenario, the wolves are in the kitchen. The candle is lit. In my worst case scenario, we have a fight. Then one of us dies. In my worst case scenario, I wake up and nothing is ready for the day. And there is no day. In my worst case scenario, the freeway comes to an end, but you don't notice. You will keep driving for as long as I remember you. May your trip be long. Drift, drift. Let the world imagine you. Someone loves you all life long, but has no part of you. A memory of silence, encyclopedia of mysteries, a rainbow of darkness. Someone you wanted desperately is not in your life. Let the world drift through you as it chooses its story. I don't know you. Let me stay. Let me imagine you from a distance. Disappear in light like so many fading suns. Explode in silence. Memory in melting death, in promise, hope, and melody. if whispers could touch your skin, I'd bathe you in a lullaby. Tell me all you know in one sentence. I unfold the ocean and let it spread over the table. The future doesn't bother me. You are floating there on a boat too small to see. I become one of those who watch you from the distance. Let me know if the years we have are enough for us. I fold the distance in half, and then in half again, until you close. I stay awake while you answer. Whisper me into space. I want the darkness of galaxies to converge on me. List my name in a catalog of falling stars on a page whose number is unimaginable. I insist on being a part of an infinite queue of digits. I demand a microscopic space within the reign of light years. Make me a smiling atom hiding in a friendly molecule. Remember me into darkness. Imagine me into silence. So Jerry and I will conclude with a longer piece. It's entitled Skating Without a Soul. It's a little over 20 minutes long, so hold on to yourselves as we go, and hopefully everything will be okay. Skating without a soul. The shopkeeper at the used soul store is out of stock on creative personality. Will good with money do? He asks. I have a life to finish, you say, knowing how lungs betray you in the end. Money won't help me there. A second later, you confess, I don't even have enough to buy a soul. He stares sadly. The living and the dead line the shelves, each soul wrapped in plastic, unclaimed. When you lost your own soul, he asks, how did it feel? You don't answer. We are not here to explain the world, but to make it more inexplicable. You gave your love 3 futures when you left, but your love kept just one. Where did the others go? The cleaning lady lives on the street corner. Her telescopic eyes seek out beings like you. Your memories are cleaned out one day at a time for a small fee for the rest of your life. After all, you must let them go in the end. Without her help, you have too much to carry. By the time she's done, your past is quite improved. At least for an hour or two. You've forgotten your mother, your father, your lost loves, your dead children. You might as well return and start again. But without a soul, you can't return. The moving truck driver has spent years making sure her truck keeps running in case it's ever needed. She has a new blood disorder. Moving is a common way to pretend that death has not yet filed the papers to claim us. The driver stays alert at all hours, hoping for a client. All clients have died. She's reluctant to accept this. Her own death is closer than you think, and you think it's quite close. The little boy on the corner has been silent since he learned to speak. There is nothing he'll commit to. Everything we say proves wrong before we utter the last syllable, yet we long for truth. We've been saving your food rations to bribe the boy. You want to know his story. The dream of skating is embedded in your mind, though you haven't skated for years. You can't wait to get to the rink. You cough as you think of it. Distances grow, take control of our plans, wrap us in their gray blanket of irrelevance. You decide to go tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, the day that most resembles tomorrow. The ballerina has retired, but she retains her elegance when she walks. Her toes long to stand on their tips. Her memories dance brighter than she herself used to dance. Every day she walks to the theater, sits in an empty row, stares at the stage. An empty stage is a possibility, an open door, a play waiting to unfold using us as actors. Her beautiful smile transcends centuries. This may or may not be the last time you see her. A ladybug lands on your head and makes you cry. You thought they were extinct. Yet it brings its cheerful dots to the world's eye, as if the world's eye cared. Are all good signs cancelled by indifference, or does their spark remain? The world will last forever, one step at a time, is beauty hidden in its dirt and then redefined. You watch the ladybug twitch its wings and fly. The architect has run out of buildings to imagine. There is no more budget for visualization. Even the real world is falling out of use, its charming abundance excessive and incomplete. Resigned, she builds a house of cards for the wind to carry. If only she could hear your story, but she's too busy collecting cards to care about your retelling. You think the past is worth at least a moment of attention. The historian agrees with you, if only for a moment. He is compiling a list of all times have not been used for their full potential. It's a long list. He was almost finished. But time keeps moving and we keep lacking. You wonder if your own story will be part of the new history. You are depressed, but you know, suicide is an unfair claim on the narrative. Right here, in the corner of your silence, your future sets traps for you. All carefully grown, lustrous loves must fall before our lives have seeped through the hourglass. Your love took another path. Your love is unaccountable to you, like the rest of your life. You've learned happiness is not a state to strive for, not something in the future. It's something already there and lost. The shopkeeper asks questions, mostly inappropriate. What do you hope to find here? What was your soul's name? You can't wait to go skating when the time is right. You are tired of souls as a topic. You hesitate to explain. Our names are lost the moment we are not there to claim them. Their syllables melt. When you are gone, will he remember you fondly? Will he still be around to remember? The cleaning lady offers deep, clean service, something she has just developed. Your chance to forget everything permanently. You hesitate. However immaterial, our memories weigh on us like rust, like death, like mischances, yet they cause sparks. I'll think about it, you say. You have thought about it all your life. The boy accepts your bribes, but his silence remains complete. There is no way to gauge your progress. Does he even understand your request? You want to know what he thinks about the future, but you fear he has no time even for the present. His shadow leaps into action. You see shadows moving fast, turning street corners all over the city as if on purpose. You realize his lips will never part in speech because this answer is most accurate. You want to fly like he does, but you can't. The ballerina no longer dances bodily, only mentally. Her elegant gray cells stretch, leap faster, brighter than her body ever did. Sometimes a metaphor is more accurate than what it stands for if you let it dance. You wonder if trusting the body so completely was a mistake or a plan on the ballerina's part. You wonder if there is a difference between mistakes and plans. Your love did not exactly promise to wait for you. This is just something you hoped your love meant. You used to go skating together before living was replaced by survival. The world changes madly, rapidly. Our small commitments have no choice but to fall into dust. Knowing that your life is almost fills you with loss and wisdom. The the way you get when you think of the past and its impossible futures. With no family left, you pay the moving truck driver in advance to take your body to the cemetery. You cough when you explain your request. Without a soul, you will be gone forever. But even if you had the means to buy a new soul, you'd be a different person. Naively, this is not something you are prepared to accept. We hate ourselves from birth, yet we are most deeply in love with our every molecule. You remain uncertain. You have never been a decisive person. A historian knows many stories. He has decided to make up the rest of his books so history might be meaningful. He describes imaginary wars and their sad outcomes. He giggles when he comes up with a good name for an emperor. He believes each history we might learn is just a possibility, a filtered truth, a fiction on dead lips. All other fictions work just as well. What's important is not whether a story really happened, but what its chances to happen are. The probability of truth, the likelihood of memory, the essence. The historian won't listen to you when you say that the future depends on a correct past. He is a pessimist. To him, no past is correct, no future worth the present. You disagree. Just because most of us are unhappy, we can't conclude that the entire human experiment has failed. A ladybug lands on your hand and makes you smile. You thought they were extinct. You thought all good signs had been turned off. Their neon melted into longing. And then you remember this has already happened. Maybe nothing is ever unique. Our thoughts, our lives are identical to themselves, drawn from a small library. The world around us will last forever in one form or another, full of its chances and its grace. You let the ladybug go. You wonder which of you will survive the other. Your love didn't urge you to go. Your love didn't promise to wait, no matter how long. You lost your love and your soul. Time has a different weight at the end when its lack is mixed with memory of its abundance. If your love is still alive in one of the futures, you'd like to share that you bear no grudge. But you do. The moving truck driver has become attached to you, as if she's been missing, as if all she's been missing is a good friend. She hangs on your every word. You don't even need a driver, there's nowhere to go. True, she could take you to the skating rink, but you are embarrassed to confess your childish interest. Is it possible that she has a crush on you? Your only crush is your dead past. She She smiles as if you had known each other for years. Now that the rest of time is measured in months, perhaps days, it's hard to use the same scale. You decide to remain moderately nice, not too friendly. Perhaps the driver will get the hint. The shopkeeper is very kind to you, despite the knowledge that you don't have the cash to be a good customer. He must be lonely. His own family returned a long time ago, but for some reason he stays. He must have the same problem as you. If those we love accept a path that is right for them, it doesn't mean we belong on that path. He may be too committed to helping others make the return trip. His future may be shorter than the futures he sells. You see the ballerina on the corner. She is getting a deep clean. She wants to forget the sad beauty of the past, so the present is not so hard to bear. She's tired of lost elegance, lost grace. We deserve a new start, even if the finish line looms over all of us with a fresh signature on it. She thinks, no matter how short the future is, it's better to focus on the future. You tell the stories of everyone you know, and some of them are mad at you for revealing the truth, even if the truth is someone else's. But if we're all about to die sooner or later, what trouble can a little truth make? What need for secrets left? What privacy? You gave your love 3 futures, but your love is not found in any of them. Was the story wrong, or was it a storyteller? The skating rink owner is out of work since they turned the power off. Ice is reduced to memory. Grass blades emerged where skate blades wrote long love letters in the language of the past. Their shady futures destined to fail. No one will convince you that all hope has expired, faded at the root like desert blooms. The past still works miracles within you. You put your skates on and glide. Thank you. Thank you for being here, folks. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you.